Happy New Year's, happy 2017. Over the past week, I've really spent a lot of time reflecting over 2016 and really just, thinking about all the lessons that I've learned, the successes that I've had, the failures, and so forth. And every year, around, the end of the year, I like to do an annual review where I just really take the time to reflect on everything and course correct. See, an airplane, it said, is off track, off course, literally about 90% of the time, which is crazy to imagine. What? An airplane off course 90% of the time? When are they on course? Well, the thing is, they're constantly course correcting as they're going. And that's how they can go 1,000 miles or whatever away and land in a dime, because they're constantly course correcting. And so taking the time to do something like an annual review is that course correcting, where all of a sudden, sometimes you may find you're working hard, but all of a sudden before you know it, you're headed to New York and you wanted to go to California. And so it's really important to take that time to reflect, think about where you've won, especially focus on all the successes you've had, but learn from the failures as well, and to just reflect on the whole experiences, because this is your life, and I think it's very important to journal and to remember as much as your life, so that way you can teach and not just forget the lessons that you've learned. And so I wrote out everything, and I categorized all the different areas, and I'm going to go through them, and I thought I would share through a video format about the successes that I've had, the failures, and the lessons that I learned. And I thought I would share with others in case, maybe some of you guys out there can learn from the lessons as well, or maybe get some ideas for maybe things you want to implement into this year coming forward. So with that being said, I'll start off with my successes, because it's a lot more important to focus on your successes, no matter how small they are, than the failures, because it's so quick for us to just think about how bad things were and this and that, and quickly people can write a book on how bad 2016. But what really takes effort and to condition yourself and is going to be much more empowering for your life is to focus on your successes and where you won, no matter how small they are. So starting with the category of personal, the successes that I had, I went to 2 of Tony Robbins' events. I went to Unleash the Power Within, and at Unleash the Power Within, I actually made the decision to sign up for his Date with Destiny program, which was another great success. I completed his Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny program, his seminar last month, was just incredible. I plan on doing a video sharing about that experience very soon. I also got to get a picture with Tony Robbins. I highly recommend doing Tony Robbins seminars. They're just so rewarding. So that's a huge victory for me. I'm glad that I invested in myself enough to go to those seminars. Some other great personal victories was that I traveled to Texas. I traveled to Las Vegas, to Cozumel and Grand Cayman. I attended all of my daughter's school functions and extracurricular activities such as ballet recital and piano recital. I'm really proud of myself because over the past year I've gotten really good at saying no to business opportunities so that I could say yes to spending time with my daughter, who really my time with her I cherish, because I know she's just gonna grow up in a blink of an eye, and so my memories and experiences with her are more valuable to me than anything. Where in the past I would say yes to more work-related things and turn away time. But now, I'm really proud of myself because over the past year, I just really was great, and I didn't miss any of her functions, anything. I was there for everything, and I'm proud of that. Also, in my personal life, I dated and had some great romantic relationships with some amazing, beautiful women. Dated an amazing Reiki teacher and health and nutrition expert. Dance teacher, and just had some great romantic experiences. Although nothing worked out long term, but it's they were still successes, and I'm very grateful and appreciative for those amazing experiences. I learned a lot, and I'm so grateful, and I cherish those memories very much. In the category of health, the successes that I had. I maintained an average single-digit body fat percentage all year. I'm proud. I really maintained good health throughout the year. I consistently tracked my meals every day over 200 days in a row on MyFitnessPal. I'm a big believer in tracking. It's hard to manage what you don't measure, and so I really like to track, and I found that very helpful for just taking the guesswork out of knowing what to do to hit your health goals. If you're knowing what you're consuming on a consistent basis, then you can see patterns and and course correct. I also started in upper cervical care, which is a kind of form of specialized chiropractic treatment for the neck. I had an accident in 2015, and so I was looking for different things to do to be able to heal. And I came across upper cervical care, which is just phenomenal. I really think everybody should do it. And I stuck with it all year and experienced tremendous health benefits from that. I also started training in jiu-jitsu. When I was younger, I did martial arts for many years, but I got away from it in my early 20s as I thought, well, you know what, I just need to focus on my career, and all doing these things for myself is just a distraction. But this year I said, you know what, I deserve to do things that are fun for me, and not to see doing something like jiu-jitsu as a distraction, but to see it as taking time for me and something that I love. And I'm so glad I did, because I've really developed a love for it. I love training in jiu-jitsu now. It's so much fun, and I always look forward to it. Also, another great success that I had this year in my health was that I upgraded my water. I'm now drinking alkaline, hydrogen-rich water, which is just phenomenal. I may have to do a video on that. Another interesting and kind of a this definitely need a video is that I slept on the ground all year long. Actually now, well, what I did for the portion of the year, I slept literally on the ground, and then I eventually converted part of my bed into a wooden board so that I could experience the sleeping on the ground without being on the ground, which that was part of my neck treatment and everything, which is I need a whole video for that. I did a 30-day challenge where I woke up every single day at 4 a.m. for 30 days with no masturbation, no alcohol, no TV, no nothing. I did that for 30 days. It was extreme. I know some of you guys probably saw the video from that. That was wild. That was a huge accomplishment. Some of my social media successes, I blew my social media outlets up. I mean, they just went off to a whole another level this year, to the point now where I'm actually looking into virtual assistants and things like that to assist me, because it's just gotten too much to handle by myself. I grew my YouTube channel from about, just a little over 1,000 subscribers in the beginning of the year to over 4,500 subscribers and getting closer to 1 million views. I grew my Instagram to over 17,000 followers. Some of my business and career successes, I made 6 figures total. I personally coached people one-on-one for money, from all the way from people in the next town over to all the way over in China via Skype and phone. Where I never would have thought that it wasn't really something I really had planned on doing, but I started having more and more people reaching out to me about wanting to do one-on-one coaching just to get help with their goals and different things like that. So that's been a lot of fun and something that I just started in 2016. I started making passive income through Amazon and directly through YouTube, residual forms of income, which has been really exciting. I rank advanced in my network marketing business. I also doubled my income from my previous year in network marketing. Some of my financial successes were that I made it a habit to track my spending and my budgets weekly. Where before, I was always been really good at offense, making money, but I wasn't good at defense. Where this past year, 2016, I read Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game book, and I really decided to just go to town with the same way with my fitness, into tracking all of my spending, what I spend my money on, my budgets, where I spend my money, how I can invest more. I created an investment portfolio and different goals within that portfolio. I maxed out my retirement fund last year. I nearly doubled my net worth, and it was about a 75% increase in my net worth. And that again all comes down to tracking, and same thing, just like with fitness, you track. It's hard to manage what you don't measure, and if you track, you can see patterns and you can course correct to help get yourself from New York to California where you want to go, or wherever you want to go. I paid off my car. I consistently paid myself first all year. I made sure that I saved money and put it into my different investment portfolios and savings accounts and retirement fund before anything else. I always paid myself first all year long. I'm glad I consistently did that. So it was a great year. I mean, it was phenomenal. And I know I'm leaving off even a lot of successes on there, but those are just some of my bigger successes. But now some of the failures, because of course, just like anybody, I did have failures. And I thought, I want to be transparent and share some of these with you guys as well. I really wanted to travel somewhere by myself, like Costa Rica, to explore and have an adventure. But I didn't do that. I didn't give myself the gift of doing that. Just was so caught up with career and everything. I didn't volunteer as much as I typically like to. I love to volunteer at the soup kitchen and different things where I didn't really do that much this past year. I wanted to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I missed that. I didn't produce as many videos as I would have liked, and obviously that probably contributed to not hitting the 5,000 YouTube subscribers. I wanted to hit a certain rank in my network marketing business, which I didn't quite hit that. And so I did have some failures throughout the year, but it's okay. I did hit a large percentage of my goal, which is great. Of my goals, which is great because the way I look at it, if you don't set the goals, even if you say you had a goal to hit something, even if you just miss it by, like for example, my goal to hit 5,000 YouTube subscriber, I ended up the year with about 4,500. So, maybe if I hadn't set the goal at all, I may have not even come close to that. So even if you shoot for the moon, or even if you miss, you still land among the stars. So that's why it's important to set the goals, because even if you miss, you'll probably still have achieved a lot, even if you hadn't set them at all. Some of the best lessons that I learned from last year. Although I made great income last year in 2016, I realized that I'm working very hard and not as smart as I need to be. I need to become smarter in how I generate income. Like I said, making a healthy six-figure income, but a lot of my income is coming from service-based type of income. For example, my wedding business and my notary business, where one of my big goals now is to achieve freedom, meaning I want my online incomes, my online businesses to become my number one income source, so that I have more freedom in life, to be able to do things like that trip to Costa Rica by myself and so forth. So that was a huge epiphany for me. Again, this is the importance of doing these annual reviews. You can see, although I've been climbing up a ladder, I realized I maybe have been climbing up the wrong ladder. Or I don't always want to have to be working this hard for the rest of my life. I want to start to earn income smarter through means of passive income, like affiliate marketing, investments, and other forms of passive income that can create more freedom. Another great lesson that I learned is that life is always happening for me, not to me. And that I'm always being guided. No matter what happens, it's because I'm being guided. Another great lesson was to let go of the attachment to the outcome. I'm okay. I missed goals last year, but I'm okay. I'm not attached to the outcome. Also, to be grateful for what you have while you work towards what you want. You got to be grateful for what you have while you work towards what you want. Another really powerful, great lesson was to make your goals challenging, yet make your needs easy to meet. Meaning that, this year for 2017, I have some scary goals, which, I may share in another video very soon about the goals that I'm working on. But they're kind of scary and intimidating for me, which is good. But make your needs easy to meet, meaning that your needs to become happy need to be easy to meet. Where if my happiness is depending on me hitting these goals, or if I don't hit them, that also I'm not happy, then that's not good. Where you want your needs to be easy to meet. Your goal is challenging, yet make your needs easy to meet. That was a great lesson for me. And also just to keep faith in God and to love, never lose faith, and to just love life. I'm really looking forward to an amazing year of 2017. I have so many big goals that I'm working on. This year is just going to be phenomenal. You guys are going to see a lot more of me. I have some huge projects and some ideas that I've generated over the past a couple of days that I'm really just excited to dive into. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to leave some comments about maybe some of the best lessons. I would love to hear about some of the best lessons that you learned from last year, or also some of the what are some of the successes that you had last year. What were some amazing things that happened to you in 2016? With that being said, cheers to 2017. Let's do it. I hope you all have a prosperous evening and a prosperous year.